Sup, guys. My name is Ryu for the Yugioh Council. Welcome to Tech Tuesday, your weekly Tuesday discussion video where we basically talk about single cards that need a little bit more love. If someone already knows about a card, usually we won't go over it, but you never know. You never know. So this is the Forceful CheckPoint, and it comes out of the Dark Illusions, and I find it to be an interesting card. I don't believe it should have its rarity, but I never talked about it. So I was waiting till now to really talk about it because it's perfect for Tech Tuesday. So first off, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, look at your opponent's hand, and if there is a monster card, negate the attack. Then discard one card from their hand, your choice. One monster from their hand, your choice. See, here's my problem with this card instantly, is that it doesn't know if it's Trap Dust Shoot or negate attack, but it's actually pretty nifty at the same time because it's like a little bit of both. So it's not your Iron Scarecrow where you're going to be able to use it over and over and over again, unless you play Trap of Darkness, which that would be pretty hilarious to say the least. That's a trap card that you discard another trap card, and then when a trap card is sent to the grave, it basically comes back to your hand. Then you have this, and well, you're there for years. I think early game, this is actually pretty cool, especially when your opponent's like, holding back their big boss monster or whatnot, and they don't want to commit to a set 5 back row. If you can set that up, the Forceful CheckPoint's amazing then. It works against decks like Chaos Dragons, which basically we like to keep our BLS and our Chaos Sorcerer, our point key cards in the back of our hand. It can work against Lightsworn to a degree if Lila doesn't snipe it out first. So I don't want to just hate on the card and say, oh my god, this is terrible, you should never run it. It has its place in time where you actually should run it. It's an interesting card to say the least, but the only thing is it's kind of overlooked by far because of everything else that's in the set that really does matter, obviously Pot Desires. So the Forceful CheckPoint is just in this awkward position where you look at it and you're like, but they have to have a monster card in their hands, otherwise you can't do it. Sideframe Lord Omega, banish out, you'll get some info on their hand, set the Forceful CheckPoint, so that way, with the after you turn one your Sideframe Lord Omega, and something like Shirayui Zombies, then you could just flip up the trap card, say, nope, you can't attack me directly, I'm going to negate, I'm going to rip a card from your hand. You can rip that Effect Builder, that Ghost Ogre, you can rip that Pendulum monster they want in their hands. Sometimes that does happen. You can get that search that they just went for. There's plenty of uses for this card. And it's more than just your local casuals, There's plenty of use to go around. The only thing is, it's very timey-wimey, because you got to be in the situation that it's early in the game, you got to draw it. If you don't draw it early in the game, it's like Trap Dust Shoot, it's going to be bad. But Trap Dust Shoot usually is never bad. Especially if Trap Dust Shoot was supposed to come back tomorrow, then it's busted as fuck, because Trap Dust Shoot, all it requires is 4 cards. Like, the Forceful CheckPoint doesn't come close. It's interesting in what it does, and I wanted to talk about it. Because you look at your opponent's hand, and right then and there, you can combine this with, like, Mind Crush, and just fuck with their hand constantly. You want to be the cool kid on the block? Sideframe Lord Omega, Mind Crush, Forceful CheckPoint. 3 cards from their hand. Because there's a good chance they'll have a monster in hand, and you play that Forceful CheckPoint, you're like, no, I'm not going to let you attack me. Then you rip out a monster card from your hand, you chain the Mind Crush, you see if they got Twin Twists or Raigeki, something really crucial to their game state, something that's going to further their game state, and you rip it out of their hands. It's pretty interesting, to say the least. And this card is cheap as fuck, honestly. And you pick this up for anywhere from like $2 to $5, because it's pretty much the quote-unquote worst secret rare that you could pull out in the entire set. It's the least valuable one. It's not that good. You're even better off getting the Subterria card, because that's random 3s, and that has potential to go up. It is what it is. But the Forceful CheckPoint's an interesting card nonetheless, because it's just, you can throw your opponent off. And people who like Mind Crush, this works great for you. The only thing is, Mind Crush isn't that great right now. So keep that in mind. I mean, well, actually, Mind Crush is pretty damn good right now. But keep that in mind. If you find place for Mind Crush. This goes really nice with it, especially with a Cypher and Lord Omega, because when you banish out, if they just set up massive damage, flip, and problem solved. The only thing is, obviously, it's not going to stop that Utopia to Lightning. So, guys, let me know what you think about the Forceful CheckPoint. What do you think? Do you think it's actually worth your time and effort, or should you just skip it and go into something completely else? Next week, I'll probably be talking about, well, another card that we were supposed to be talking about, but behind on things. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. I'm out for now. Tech Tuesday is usually pretty short, so it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Well, actually, before I go, tomorrow, Dragons of Legend Unleashed.